So let's start the research. The check is okay. So I need the base frequency from Tomsk Observatory, which represents the Schumann resonance. So what I need to do, I need to transmit all these low frequencies which are under our audible diapason higher and 2 octave for our audible form for understanding of these signals. Yes, this is the high situation in solar and the moon activity. And helix 1, the quantity processing. The summary is, despite the presence of classical resonances, their intensity decreases and man-made interface increases. The system loses its natural support for us. Yesterday it was more stable. Today it lost the support, the foundation for us, and needs to be more attentive today. What about volatility? Medium, but rising. There are no sharp jumps in frequencies, but volatility is manifested in the flickering of the intensity of resonances and the appearance of impulse interference, like obstacles, but which can make us stronger and more focused. Okay, I see that here I need to include my adaptive contour for adaptation to these conditions. So, coherence, it falls. The integrity of the resonance structure is violated. The stripes become less clear, smeared. The next, entropy, high and growing. Energy passes from an ordered form, clear stripes, to a disordered one. Noise, man-made, technogenic tones. So symmetry, low, the appearance of a multitude of horizontal technogenic bands destroys the natural vertical symmetry of resonant harmonics. Layer depth evaluated as damaged. The energy is not retained in the resonant layer, but is leaked or replaced by external technogenic sources. And this is the odds recalculation. The last information before forming the sonic DNA of relevant data, today's data. So harmonic density factor decreases to 1 from 3 was above 21. The main energy is still in the harmonics, but their weight in the overall spectrum drops due to the increase in noise. Okay, cognitive load quotient high. This is the key takeaway. High entropy plus falling coherence plus saturation with the technogenic tones create a high load on perception. It is more difficult for the brain to tune in to a poor signal. It is not a problem for us because we form the special sonic DNA to correct our perception, our connection with the real data, with our planet. So the volatility of intensity and spectral composition transition from nature to technogen is significant. Okay, and the final sonic DNA clusters of fundamental frequencies, core first, second, third, fourth, and transactions for 2 octaves. It will be like this. I need the volume, of course, amplitude characteristics for these frequencies. And we have the tension today. It's okay because every day we have tension and relax like waves of our life, natural absolutely for us. So the stress doesn't occur between harmonics, but between the purity of the framework and the contaminating texture. This is the architecture of crystal in the mud. The signal is there, but it is difficult to distinguish. So this is the final conclusion for Meta Composer for me, then 23rd February 2026 is the day when the natural voice of the planet Schumann resonance is quieter than the man-made hum. How I mentioned before, the thread of structure, the thread of consciousness in my double helix method, where personality of the day, thread of consciousness, depressed, drowned out by external noise, entropy and technological pressure are high. And this is a recommendation for me for realizing it in different textures and modulation layer, automatization, human directed final synthesis required. Yes, wonderful. I am ready to generate these tones, the main and its harmonics, through my program. I use in this purpose the software from Isotope. It is RX program. So we need to leave the sine form, tone shape. It is the simplest form and real natural form for our frequency. So we need the first base drawn. It will be 31.2 and -18. We put it here in our amplitude. Duration 90 seconds, because in the final result we received the 90 seconds ready product for our cognitive interface to adapt our cognitive functions, our states for these real conditions which we have today on our planet. It works 90 seconds perfectly, and you can receive it after this broadcasting, live streaming, a little later when I generate the full product for you, and it will work for you perfectly. So let's render. This is the first core. The next. Everything is ready. I would like to check all the generated frequencies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So open our Cubase by Steinberg. This is more comfortable, multi-dimensional, multifunctional, great, absolutely workstation, which I prefer. I have my session template. We start with this. It is the absolutely base settings for first these fundamental frequencies of Schumann resonance. And here we have 48,000 Hertz. All settings are ready for transmitting here our generated tones. And we start with the first core. We put it up on the higher position, exactly 90 seconds. And I set all the audio outputs to group track. It is more comfortable for regulating the volume and don't break the relationship between frequencies, because it's crucial for us to save all the synchronization, all the scientific truth. So we have all these 5 frequencies on the places, and we are ready to listen to them and to check the musical potential for us, if it is close to some musical sound, because it is absolutely different. It is not fixed frequencies from Schumann resonance. Despite of the musical notes, they have the fixed exact frequency for each musical note. But we can imagine approximately the sounding of these frequencies from Schumann resonance. So I include my piano, and I would like to hear each of these frequencies. I start with the first, but I know that it is so low where we don't hear so well for understanding clearly what exact tone it can be. We can feel it physically, vibrations from this frequency, because it's borderline sound. Yeah, I can hear it. Oh, it's interesting. It's higher than yesterday on the third, approximately minor third. Like it sounds near the C sharp or D flat. Okay, let's go forward. The next one is The next one. Mysterious sound. The voice of our planet, it is the most impressive vibration sounding, because it's amazing to hear your planet every day and to synchronize with it. It's great. Let's continue our decoding the real geophysic data and transmitting into the sonic DNA. It is not simply sonification data, it is the creation of the cognitive infrastructure for your brain optimization. I would like to remind you, if you haven't seen the DNA of the day, the day's DNA final form yesterday live streaming, be sure to check it out in my playlist, which is aRTivellux Lab Live, the daily cognitive architecture, the live broadcasting where you can see all the process of creating of this DNA. But the final product is in my playlist with the name of the day's DNA. It is so exciting and interesting as a result, and will be useful for you. It's not important if it was for yesterday's scientific data. It works all the time. It can complete the whole situation of this week, of this year. This is the puzzle of the entire picture, and it works all the time. And today, of course, be ready and don't miss the next episode, the current episode, which we are creating right now in real time. Be with us and subscribe to follow live sonic DNA synthesis sessions and join discussions in Telegram Agora to share insights and questions, ideas. Everything is valuable, and I will be grateful and happy to see you all there. So comment your perceptions, your engagement, support ongoing independent research, and affect this methodology, life methodology, developing before your eyes. Please comment which element of today's composition, which will be very soon, resonates most with you, and your previous state and the final state after the listening of this composition, meta composition, which includes all the parameters and scientific and artistic and analyzing as an entire cognitive infrastructure for you. So reflect on how these patterns affect your focus or mood. And now we are ready to build the sonic DNA of this day. I would like to remember you that sonic DNA is the structured sonification of planetary and systemic data. It is not music about space. It is data translated into harmonic architecture. Sonic DNA forms the foundational layer of the day's DNA, which will be later, very soon. It influences very positive on neuroplasticity and cognitive adaptation for our real conditions to be in synchronization and harmonic connection with our planet, with each other, with the nature, the entire world. So we are ready to continue. We come back to our digital audio workstation. We have here all our frequencies of today's Schumann resonance, and here I will work as a sound engineer and meta composer articologist in one phase. Then interference is like this tone under the basic, because it's between of these two musical tones. And it will be interesting to play on these levels. We can imagine it as an introductory tone. And from the very beginning, we need to start not so immediately, start a little smoother. And that also will be with descending amplitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I am here as a conductor and I conduct planetary data, cosmic data. It is so excited and valuable, meaningful, wonderful, absolutely. I ask my AI assistant to write the interpretation, but very exact and scientific of this data, today's data. The full spectrum. The strategy is executive, scientific, production. The first stage is only for today's DNA, but with memory about previous days, of course, because it's the entire process. So the metrics of production in Cubase. The roles of these data which influence on audio signals, vibrations, characteristics, which we need to choose. It is synthesizers, but I can choose another relevant synthesizers. These are recommendations. Everything here is exactly pseudoscientific claims known, biological effects non-claimed, causation not claimed, data source specific, methodology transparent. Absolutely right. There's a general technical recommendation for me, and I need to add only the artistic elements to this structure. Yes, the BPM 55. I need to check everything here. Yes. This is the fundamental frequency, which is around of the primary frequency from the Schumann resonance. It needs to be cold, deep, underground tone maybe, yes, I agree. Texture absolutely clear, without noise, grain-free. It needs to be almost static, but with micro variations in amplitude, like breathing of the planet. It's interesting. Visualization will be later. It's the final stage of my creative realization of this project. And area need to be mono concentrated in the center, maximum close to listener. Okay. I understand where it can be in my libraries. I need for this purpose the contact by Native Instruments. Absolutely amazing instrument. Great. And we are ready for adding the bass tone timbre around of this raw planetary signal vision instrument with appropriate, I think, audio signals. And while we wait, I would like to bring to your attention the information about the other projects which I have in the framework of my aRTivellux laboratory. What I prepared for you, this is of course today's DNA with live streaming, the Executive Insight series. This is the long videos as essential aspects of my work, very informational content, very relevant and significant. And the short, immediate, urgent help assisting to your state to achieve the special conditions, states which you prefer. This is a cognitive interface where I elaborated 7 30 seconds buttons for you. Yes, we are ready. Elysium. This is like pulsation. Let's search a little. It's a direct signal as necessary, around of the fundamental tone. It need to be the stable, but with a distortion, small noise, mechanical, technogenic noise. Okay, and this works well. Let's start the recording. And this is very clear sound. And the last is not necessary. Let's make it a little shorter. Palm. Wonderful. I prefer to transmit immediately the MIDI track into the audio track because it's more comfortable to add some instruments for mixing. Let's make it solo and export as audio mix down. Everything is right here and we make the export video. Let's add the next layer. But what it can be, we need to address again to our strategy for creating the sonic DNA. The next harmonic is soft, velvet, warmth, supported, breathing texture, like reflected light. So enveloped. Yeah, let's create this next level. A little delayed, like breathing. So it plays with each other very well. Two layers around of the Schumann resonance emphasize the main and the critically important for us characteristics of this scientific data, exact and with truth. We can go forward to the next level and the other, oh, it's interesting, layer third, structural pulse, the rhythm of the earth, of the planet. We have percussional element here, a little on the background, which helps the fundamental frequency. Texture is grainy with a slight metallic tint. Sensation, distant pulse, heartbeat through sleep. Visual association, seismic waves, radar, sonar, yeah. Behavior appears rarely, randomly, like atmospherics on a spectrogram. Okay. I know where I can find it. It is here, in circular. I love this instrument also by Native Instruments because it is so delicate and so multi-layeral, multi-dimensional instrument. No. Oh, metallic. Granular sound, absolutely appropriate. I don't need it, it's too often. At the end, not necessary to play so often. It was like on the culmination, and after this will be releasing. So this is the last drop. I think it will be better. Yes. Yeah. So let's look at the next layer fourth, textural layer. This is the noise and entropy. It can be not exact recording of the street noise. It can be artistic representation. Why not? Because many great composers imitated with opportunities of the orchestra the sounding which they don't have, for example, in the orchestra. The big bell when it is necessary, or the wind machine, or something else. So this is good implementation of the third level, and let's go to the fourth level. My AI assistant suggests me to find the sound which is with the texture like rustling, sandy, icy. Oh, at the same time. It's interesting. It's difficult materials. Let's try to combine them, or we can find two different textures and unite them together and achieve of these different characteristics. Sensation, chaos, entropy, radar, static. Visual association, snow on screen, static radio interference. But radio interference and this visual implementation, of course, will be reflected in the visual implementation of this 90 seconds, the day's DNA, like final product, which we right now building. Behavior, continuously moving, changing density, never repeated. I think I can find it in Omnisphere. Noisescapes, would we have this special category where can be these sounds here? Yeah, do you hear here these textures? Did you know what live instrument can imitate sandy sound? If you can guess, you can write it in our chat box or in comments. But I would like to tell you that it's symbols. Let's complete the whole sonification of this data very organically. So let's record it. I think it was successful recording. And we need to add something from eyes specification. Oh, absolutely icy. It works well. We need to be attentive where it's exactly necessary. Let's start our recording and we'll try to catch these places. I think that I can add it from the very beginning because it creates the special atmosphere. It gives us the volume and bridge between the lowest to the highest levels. Stop, I don't hear well icy layer because sandy is too loud. I need to do it a little quieter on the background. Somewhere scratching. Rustle. Yeah, that's right. But the icy may be closer to the listener. Yes, so we can also save it. The sixth, human-centered consciousness and observer. Here we need the live acoustic instrument. Piano. Yes, it will be great to choose the concert piano. Wonderful. After this, I will send you in the Telegram Agora channel full information about this day. It will be like a portrait of the day. It will be very excited with all the nuances, details. Be ready to get it. It will be interesting. So I hope very much to meet you there. Now we need the piano, some interesting chords or maybe arpeggios which reflects our attitude to the situation. I have the special piano synthesizer. Yes, piano verse or keyscape. I think that keyscape will be here more appropriate. We need to find here the human attitude layer. Aha, this is very interesting information. Texture will be wooden, warm, with mechanical sounds, hammers. Sensation, human presence, loneliness, attention, listening. Behavior, sparse notes, long pauses, unanswered questions. This is like answers hanging in the air. It's interesting metaphor, which is interesting to implement. We need something atmospheric. Oh, yeah, it works well, but I need here more reverberation. It will be better. Very well when we at the end have the different registers, like answer and its echo higher. That's all. I think that we achieved all the scientific truth through our sonic DNA architecture. You will see the final result after the mixing, mastering, adding the visual realization, immersive sense for this exact reflection of our present moment. And it will be absolutely excited. Thank you very much for your presence, for your invaluable attention. We will meet again tomorrow morning, and subscribe for the next session, which will be very soon. And don't miss this exciting session, which is absolutely different every day. So wait the final product as 90 seconds, the day's DNA of this day, unique day, and your day.